Hello, my name is Klarisa Espinosa, and as of November 21st, 2020, I am a Google Level 2 certified educator. My experience becoming a Google Level 2 educator started off as I've got this writing beautiful notes after studying a unit a day, watching YouTube videos, researching Facebook educator groups for advice is what my study plan originally consisted of. When I took the level 1 certification exam this summer, my entire focus was solely dedicated to passing this exam. I had no other work obligations yet, and I was bored at home because of the COVID pandemic. And it was this experience that finally drove me to apply and begin my master's degree in educational technology. However, with this being my first module, I had no idea what to expect from my coursework. I created an entire study plan that ended up being adjusted as I juggled the obligations of my work and my family. As the days dwindled down to test day, I knew, however, that my goal was to pass and that I would have to make the time to study exactly what I needed to. I stuck to the critical days of my studying plan, such as the registration day and the test day. I documented my experiences throughout this journey. But these are my notes. This is what I had done so far. This is the type of learner that I am. I just need to write notes, make it pretty for me in order to understand what I am learning. So now I'm just gonna have to continue. I got through Unit 5 and I will be continuing up until Unit 11, which is the last one. But right now I'm just doing a very rough draft. So this is the plan. This is part of my documenting experience. So well, good morning. It is the day of the test and I'm doing some last minute reviewing after I had been studying for the last few days. So I'm already kind of thinking like, what if I don't pass? What if I don't get that certification? Like, what did I get out of this? And I'm thinking, okay, as I'm going through these reviews and picking up little information here and there about things that I already know about, I'm also picking up things that I can use in my classroom. One of them being for Google Forms, you can your own, create your own adventure type of thing just by adding sections. And I'm like, okay, I can do that. Like when we come back from the break. There's another question that had stated that we don't want students to just become consumers of information, and then we want them to move on and to transition to become creators of content. And I really like that whole statement. I think that I know this whole process, it's not just about me getting the certification. I know like I need it, and it's going to help me in the future, but at the end of the day, who is it going to affect? And it would be our students. So these are just things that I'm thinking about. There is a section in our class textbook that talks about the 4 types of adult learners and how adults come with experience. It mentions that trainings should build on the experiences that adults bring in and exploit that to extend their learning. My self-directed studying centered around the Google modules, and I believe those modules did an excellent job in doing that. The approach the modules take is, yes, you know the basic functions of Google Sheets, Google Sites, but how can you implement this with a purpose in your classroom? This was an exam that required me to truly study applications that I was not comfortable with. Google Sheets, for example. During the test, I became frustrated, but I realized, hey, I studied. I know this and I can do this. I can use my beautiful notes, and sure enough, they worked. This entire experience guided me to ask questions, research answers, and has allowed me to truly implement what I've learned into my 6th grade classroom. Not only that, but another unexpected takeaway also arose. We have a new teacher who just joined us this week, and I have taken the lead of helping her set up everything virtually. This is something that I had not been very comfortable doing before I entered this class, but I learned so much from this experience. It is one thing to help students, but with adult learners, now I feel that I have the skills to train her. Plus, I have an awesome new Google badge to prove it, and maybe they'll send me a crown in the mail too. I don't know, a sash. My final reflection through this experience is that it's one thing to say you are the teacher who puts the students in the center of their own learning, but it's an entirely different experience to be the student in your self-directed, student-centered learning experience and this journey. I truly learned so much about myself as a student again, and this will surely help me when I am creating lessons in the future. Once again, my name is Klarisa Espinosa, and I am a Google Level 2 certified educator. Okay.